you present and brand yourself are paramount to having a successful business. Tamara Jacobs, founder and president of Tamara Jacobs Communications, is author of Be the Brand. We welcome you to Making It. Thanks for being here.
It's lovely to be here.
It's nice to have you
It's my
here.
pleasure. Thanks so much.
So let's jump right in. Okay. What exactly is the redefining the term mentor? You're really trying to breathe some new life into this, aren't you?
I really am. Look, a mentor is not a savior. See, Cinderella had a fairy godmother. You don't. I would like to rebrand that term. I think it's more about being an advocate than a mentor. An advocate, I think, is somebody who champions you, but they will only champion you if you have a reason to promote. And if you think about it, what are you trying to promote? You're trying to promote your brand. You're trying to shop it. And a brand is a three-phase process. First, a brand is known, then a brand is liked, then a brand is used. So the mentor has to perceive you, right? You have to have that connection with them. Then they have to like you. Then they have to want to promote you. And they will only promote you, honestly, sorry, if there's something in it for them. You have to, in the end, represent them well by making them happier, smarter, or richer.
Right, right, exactly. So how do you find the appropriate mentor? What do you do?
You put yourself out there. See, it's hard work. Hope is not a strategy. I can't say that often enough. And you know, I won't say I'm fortunate because I think it took me a long time and a lot of work to connect with the CEOs. I work with a lot of top-tier people. And I often hear, oh, they're so lucky, they're so lucky. No, they're not. They're constantly networking. So you know what? What gets seen gets heard. And if you're heard, you will find a mentor.
It's interesting. We have a lot of interns that come in, you know, to the station, and you can set them apart. You can tell which ones are going to do it and which ones aren't. It really is that fire.
It's the energy. Look, I talk a lot about something called the quick connect. People size you up in the first 6 seconds. You did it to me, I did it to you. I think you have an amazing smile. You really do. You just radiate. I loved your color choices. I watched you in the green room. I thought you're very intelligent. You cared enough to ask me, how do I pronounce my name? So you know what? You're already putting deposits in my ego bank. Right. Do I want to then make some withdrawals later on? Probably. Yeah. So you know what? You already impressed me. So the first 6 seconds, it's energy, attention to detail. And if I like what I see, I'll invest more time in you.
Are there other things that a mentor is looking for in a mentee besides all those things? What if you don't get a chance to do that? What if you're sending a resume? Or what if, you know, you don't get to really sell yourself?
That's a great question. Look, declare. It is a huge part of being successful. And what do I mean by declare? First of all, you have to have a mission in mind. And you have to think about the benefit to the other person. So you know what? Top line, bottom line. Where am I going? What's in it for the other person? And then you don't minimize. People who minimize with words like briefly, just, sort of, kind of, you know what? I put them in the bottom of the barrel. That's the declare piece. So, you know, instead of starting your email or your resume just a note, the minute I hear just or brief or note, bye-bye. You know, start with a compliment, a story well told, a moral to me. Now we're engaged.
What does a mentor have to offer? What does a mentee have to offer?
A mentor has to offer, I think, a network in the future. Look, a mentor is not going to live forever, but their reputation will. So if a mentor finds somebody who is worthy of their reputation, their positive halo, they'll invest in you because in the end, guess what? They live on through you. Right. What does a mentee look for? A mentee looks for somebody who is an advisor, a consultant, not a savior.
Can you talk about that relationship a little bit more between the mentor and the mentee? Because it really is a give and take.
Thank you. It is a give and take. And this is what makes me so crazy. I think the term mentor has been misused. It's now a misnomer. People think if they can attach themselves to a mentor, life is good. No, it's not. Because in business America, you don't know who's up, who's down from day one, right? You attach yourself to the wrong person, that person goes down, so do you. So I think instead of mentor, let me flip that. I don't think it's mentor, I think it's mass. I think mass matters. Up, down, in, out. And you don't just have one mentor, you have three. Because if one goes down, the other two are there waiting for you.
That's right. And I always think about, as the mentor, you really get to recharge your batteries. You really get to reevaluate what you do every day. And so you can get a lot more out of it if you really try.
You can. Here's the yeah, but in that. You don't want somebody who's high maintenance. You know, if the mentee doesn't bring energy into the room, if everything is prefaced with "I'm so sorry" or a question mark, then you don't feel good about what you're doing. So I think one brings energy, the other delivers wisdom.
Okay, let's switch gears just a little bit and let's talk about your book. It's titled Be the Brand.
Yes.
How does one determine his or her brand?
perception's reality. So understand, put yourself in the role of receivership. How does the world perceive you? And if you think the world perceives you in a positive way, well, fine, your brand's intact. If it doesn't, you better remold it. So here's the 4-step process that I think goes into creating a brand. I call it the essence of ICED. Impress, connect, engage, declare. Impress, we see you before we hear you. Those are the first 6 seconds. Bring energy into the room. Smile, nod. You're a wonderful animated listener, so you know what? I want to spend time with you. You've impressed me. Ha. Now the connect piece. If you notice what I did, I shook your hand.
Right.
How many of your people sit here on the couch and do that? I think very few.
Not at first, right? It's always after.
Absolutely. It's always after.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting a wrap and I want you to give me a brand.
Oh gosh.
It's over.
Then you engage and then you declare, right? You know, tell me what you want, what's in it for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was the quickest 5 minutes ever. I appreciate you
it was
being
lovely.
here. When we come back, we'll tell you how you can take advantage of tomorrow's expertise. We'll be right back, okay?
It's a pleasure. See, now we shake hands again, right? Okay.